Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 2-minute warning and today's sound check. Looks like we've got a handful of stories to talk about today, not to mention the fact that it's just been a bonkers week, and we'll have a lot to talk about on the Friday pre-flight. But don't forget, immediately after this, or within a few minutes anyway, we'll have the Midnight's Edge in the morning stream to talk about one of the absolutely most bonkers things you could possibly imagine from somebody who used to be really good at calling out posers. Anyway, we've got, about minute 10 or so before I have to hit the mute button to start the show. Hopefully you can hear me just fine. We have just another red shirt here, that 70s rock fan, our friend Joachim Stark. We've got Rob Altus. Good to see you, Rob Altus. And Jake D. Dude, I hope everything's been going well. Haven't seen you around much. Must be working. We got Carries. What's going on, Carries? Gug Fugel and Feartor. All right, and I'm coming through 5x5, says Joachim Stark. Gonna be. Yeah, I bet you're busy, Jake D. I hope things are going well, though. Absolutely. All right, guys. Gonna punch up the mute button about 30 seconds away. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thank you for checking out the 6-Minute Daily. That's right, we've got a lot of stories out there to talk about for the weekend, but unfortunately we have to focus on 7 or 8 just for this segment. And I have to tell you, I'm very excited to walk over to Midnight's Edge in the morning to watch everybody talk about the He-Man thing. Now, while I only watched the beginning of the first episode, I can tell you, I am deeply concerned about the program and the mental health of one Kevin Smith. But we're going to move on from there and start talking about the elements of the day. First off, from the business world, add Legendary to the big companies rumored to be targeted for acquisition. The story in Deadline's talking about this production company, which has a majority, I believe, ownership that is in China, if not completely Chinese owned, looks to be something that, is covetable. Much like the, MGM brand name was, coveted by Amazon. And, no small wonder. I mean, they obviously released, GVK with, obviously, Warner. And they're in the process of wrapping up the release of Dune here in the very near future. So they are tied to a lot of pretty well-received properties. We'll have to see how Dune ends up at the end of the day. But it's not a surprise that somebody would want to buy them. I mean, they've been making decent films. Not as good as A24, but hey, another covetable brand. Beyond that, the full Olympic TV and streaming schedule for Friday the 23rd is here on Deadline. You can certainly go and look at these. I'm not excited for the Olympics this year, and apparently neither is the rest of the world. As the numbers start to come in from around the globe, these are really underperforming, not to mention the American hype that we use normally here in the United States is completely gone. And maybe that was the whole point for these athletes to destroy future amateur athletics going forward so that nobody would want to be an Olympic athlete because, I don't know, problems. Anyway, beyond that, Washington Post reporter is now suing the paper and top editors in discrimination claim. Of course, they're not necessarily going after the right people, as far as I'm concerned. This person is demonstrating a complete lack of awareness when it comes to conflict of interest. That's right. She wanted to report. Her name is Felicia Somnes, by the way. She wanted to report on the Me Too movement, the hashtag Me Too movement, stories after coming forward as a bad behavior survivor. You have to be very careful how you say these things on YouTube. So, of course, she was prohibited from covering the Christine Blasey Ford's allegations, and she's saying that's discriminatory. No, it's conflict of interest. You're too close to something, and you cannot be and report on something objectively. Again, doesn't seem to see that, but hey, maybe they didn't explain it to her exactly the right way. NFL teams will be forced to forfeit games scrapped due to unvaccinated players testing positive. I don't know how the players union's going to let this stand, but hey, maybe they will. It doesn't seem to be in anybody's best interest, and essentially is tantamount to forcing people who are unwilling to undergo this process to essentially be forced out of employment. Again, this one's going to come back to haunt them. There are a lot of things that are going to come back to haunt corporations that are forcing the issue if there are ever any detrimental effects that are brought about by any of these things. So, I don't know. All around, it's just bad. I don't even want to get into it. We're going to move on from there. CBS, of course, fires its chiefs in Los Angeles and Chicago, two of their flagships, following the misconduct probe that started over 6 months ago. Lots of bad behavior, people running the groups of stations that are operated on behalf of CBS. I'm not surprised, and probably, I don't know, it seems like it's the people at the top that are doing a lot of the bad behavioring. Doesn't seem to matter what sex they are. And beyond that, Whitney Houston's hologram concert is going to come to Las Vegas in October. This is a really strange way to approach an ethical dilemma that we have when it comes to actors, actresses, musicians, and so on and so forth, and their likenesses after they've passed on. I have mixed feelings about this. I think this is going to be odd, much like a film, but at the same time, maybe this is a little bit more questionable than I've thought about. And of course, this is a great column you should read about Jeff Bezos going into space, talking about how depressing it was for many Americans. And of course, The Green Knight is being pulled from the UK theatrical slot as we run out of time, unfortunately. But it will open in the US at the end of the month, so hopefully we'll get a chance to see a pretty good film. I'm sorry to those in the UK, because the numbers are climbing everywhere, and they're probably going to make everybody comfortable in their homes again for another 6 months. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.